Good morning, Cougar Country. Welcome back to another episode of the ALX Press Box. Today's episode, I am sitting down with several members of Extreme Images, LLC. They have all your graphic design needs, and they can help you honor your seniors if you are in need of such services. Good morning, Extreme Images.
Good morning.
Hey,
How are you guys doing? Let's all introduce ourselves. I guess we'll start with Kylie. How are you?
Hi, I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm doing great, Kylie. What do you do at Extreme Images?
I'm actually the estimator here. So I'm the first person that our customers are going to talk to in our process. And I love talking to people, so it really works out in my favor.
Okay. And next, I think we have Austin.
yes, sir.
Hey, Austin.
My name's Austin.
How are you, Austin? Tell us a little bit about yourself, Austin.
I'm actually the graphic artist here for Extreme Images. Basically, I take care of any of the artwork needs for our customers, making the signage, making sure exactly that they get what they want, no matter what it takes.
Got it. Okay. And finally, we have Jennifer Rogers, who is the brain trust of the business. How are you, Jennifer?
I'm good. How are you this morning?
I'm doing great, doing great. Tell us a little bit about Extreme Images and how it came to be, how long you guys have been doing your thing.
Sure. We started in January of 2004, 16 years ago. My dad and I started the business together. He was looking to retire in a few years from AT&T Bell South back then, and wasn't quite ready to retire to just the golf course yet. Wanted to make some income, and I was graduating from college, and my sons, Reed and Wes, were babies, and Wes was preemie, and he was social distancing before social distancing was cool. And so I didn't want to have them in daycare, and I wanted to help support my family. And so we had the idea of coming up with making some stickers to maybe produce and sell at car shows. My dad was always a race car driver my entire childhood, so we would always order decals and put them on his car. So we thought it'd be cool if we made those decals and went to car shows and sold them. Our very first order was a 35-foot banner for the Monster Truck Jam at the Georgia Dome.
Yeah.
And we stretched that 35-foot banner across the basement of my mom and dad's house at the time, and did one letter at a time on our hands and knees in the floor of the basement. And it really just took off from there. We needed to hire employees, so we had to get a retail space, and it just grew a lot quicker than we anticipated. And we've still never been to that car show, and it just went in a whole different direction of signs and graphics and banners. My dad had a fantastic idea of going out to other sign shops in the area and mailing centers, UPS stores, things like that, and offering wholesale services to them. And so that really was a great move for us, and allowed us to build relationships with others that might have been considered competition otherwise.
Okay, nice. So you guys just basically built this from the ground up.
We did.
From
so
a
now,
need-based, so to speak. Everybody, eats with their eyes first, if you will, and that graphic banner that pops is something that's definitely eye-catching.
right. Yeah. So over the course, about 6 years ago, my dad retired. And over the course of our time in business, we started off in Suite A of this 4-suite building, and then we kind of spilled over into B and spilled over into C. And once we got to C, the landlord said, "Jennifer, just buy the building." And never dreamed that would happen, but it did. I bought the building, and then now we've spilled over into Suite D. And so we have this nice big building where we're able to spread out a little more. So.
That's awesome. That's so awesome. Now, so Jennifer Rogers is mother to Alexander Sr., Wes Rogers, track athlete, correct?
Correct.
And graduate Reed Rogers.
Right.
All right.
Probably recognize him from some wrestling and football. So.
Yeah. So I can imagine what a toll this has had on Wes. We just did his scholarship signing a few weeks back, and he's an expert pole vaulter going to Piedmont College, correct?
Yes, we're super excited for him. So glad he got that signed and done before all this stuff kind of came about. And he's looking forward to fall. He's looking forward to getting out and about again, and he's looking forward to jumping with that stick again.
Yeah. Well, I know that God has a plan, and we just have to have the faith to follow that plan, no matter where it takes us. We're going with a smile on our face, knowing that it's going to be all right.
That's all right.
So how has this whole shutdown of the economy impacted a very small niche business like yourselves? Obviously, you're an essential service. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, so our business has changed, as far as some product lines we're doing more of, some that we're not doing as much of. For instance, we tend to do a lot of small business storefront startups, like barbershops, doing channel letters for storefront that are backlit. Those guys can't be open right now, and so we're not seeing as many of those, signage orders and things like that. But American Red Cross has definitely increased their fleet. Wellstar Douglas has needed emergency notification signage. Different stores have needed spacing for their cashier lines. So we've done, graphics on the floors of businesses 6 feet apart so that customers know where to stand in line. So just the different types of things that we've seen a change in as far as what they're ordering. But as far as small business, we're seeing a decrease in that. We usually run about 200 jobs on our list at a time. We keep a total count of where every job is at in a spreadsheet and just the status of that job. And that list is down to about 117 instead of 200 right now. So that's a little bit scary, but we're just going to keep working and keep doing the right thing. And we've got 20 people here, employed here total, and not one of them has lost hours yet due to layoffs or anything like that. So we're thankful for that.
That's so awesome. That part is really, really tough for everybody right now, trying to just wonder what tomorrow looks like. So many things we took for granted, but we don't want to darken the mood of the show, if you will. We know the realities. I'm here, want to put you guys out there and make sure people know how does this whole thing work. I think that's Kylie's specialty. Kylie, talk to us a little bit. I know I've made that call once this year saying, hey, I need some signs for the football stadium. And I guess I talked to you about it, and you kind of got me going and made it happen. And, I was new to the game, and they were like, yeah, just call Extreme Images. They'll get you together. And I was like, all right, what's the number? So how does it work if somebody needs to, reach out to you and, talk to us a little bit about some of the promotions or things that specialty items you guys are doing right now?
Sure. So the best way to contact us is, of course, we have our phones still operating 8:30 to 5:30, Monday through Friday. We have plenty of social media platforms. We have Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, Snapchat, everything that the cool kids are doing. You can contact us for any jobs on any of those websites. A lot of the times we'll get Facebook messages from people, and they get handled, if not that night at home, they'll get handled the next morning at work. Okay. So you can reach out. We have emails. I think we sent you a picture with all of our contact information. So we all have the same email, just with our first name in front of @extremeimagessllc.com to make it easier for everyone to contact us, get in touch with who they need to be in touch with. So the way the process happens is the job will come in via email, telephone, social media of any kind, and the job then gets presented to me. I go through the quoting, the whole math breakdown of everything. We actually just hired a new estimator, so I'm also helping her, teaching her a couple different ways to go about that. As soon as the customer will get the quote, we do require a 50% down payment before we can take all of their information, pictures, logo, color preferences, size preferences, all of that information. I'll take it down to the art department, which is actually where Austin is. Mm-hmm. And then the job gets real fun starting there. All the creative ideas that our artists have blows my mind every single day. They come up with the coolest ideas I've ever seen. And, once it goes into the art department, you have unlimited changes. If you want to change a color, the size, a picture, anything like that, they're more than to do that until you're satisfied. And then from there, it goes into production, which is really cool, watching what I've quoted in the beginning that was nothing turn into something. That's what's really cool to me, is watching what our guys are able to do in the back. It blows my mind. It's amazing.
Right. I know sometimes when I speak these ideas to our people who do graphic arts, I'm like, yeah, I kind of want this A logo, but I wanted to do a little something different and put this image of like a golf ball or something in it. And then they come back and I'm like, wow, that's what that looks like out of my mind.
It's great.
It always exceeds, my expectations and my imagination sometimes too. So basically what you're saying is a customer will call and just give you this bright idea that they may just kind of have this vague, blurry image in their mind from a dream of, I think I want a picture of my senior, one in their track outfit and one in a cap and gown, and I want it to be red on one side and purple on the other side because they're going to a school with purple in it. I'm saying it because I've seen y'all do those signs. That's but and then you kick it down to Austin's team, and here's where Austin says, let me just run wild and make some magic happen.
Yes, and that's exactly what happens. They just sprinkle some magic on the job, and then the customer it exceeds their expectations. It's a beautiful thing to see. Right.
So Austin, talk to me a little bit about the magic fairy dust you have down there, man. Where can I get some of that?
So basically down in the art department, of course, I'm one of the graphic artists. There are 3 of us here. It's me, Cindy, and Kaylee. Pretty much what we do is once the order is brought back to us down in the art department, we kind of divide and conquer. We all find a job that we're, particularly, that we have the skill set to take care of that. We do anything from the range of, smaller signs, blown up anywhere to the size of a vehicle or even billboard. Pretty much anything a customer can think of, we try to put down on paper or to our program and get them exactly what they want to see. We proof them as many times as they want. They have unlimited choices, but we just try to get exactly what they describe to us and lay it out best for them to see.
So you have a project next to you. Can you talk to me a little bit about that one specifically? Tell me a little bit about it. Can you zoom in on it?
Basically, this is a corrugated sign for one of Alexander's graduates this year. Basically, this is just an 18-inch, 24-inch corrugated plastic signage. Whenever we bring this in, we start out with basically just a box. Usually, our customers will provide us with a picture of their student. Just in this case, they provided us a picture of Kendall. We just kind of play around. We get a few ideas, kind of like what school they're from, what school they're going to, what exactly you're wanting the signage to say. So in this case, since they're graduating from high school, we have Alexander. They're going to the University of West Georgia, so we have their school logo, and just a simple congratulations to congratulate them on their graduation and their next step in life.
That's awesome. I see you pay very specific attention to the detail of branding. It's very important that we always use the same A, even if it's, different colors. It's the identical A that we've approved for use through Alexander. That's kind of how we know things are official. But you've used our official logo as well as West Georgia's official logo. And that's, it's very important that branding is super important in any game. I'm sure you guys have your Extreme Images logo, and it would do you a disservice to not use that logo when people are talking about you.
Yes, sir. So basically in terms of logos, we try to make sure we use exactly what the companies or schools or universities provide or suggest that we use. A lot of companies, they have their own dedicated logo. It's licensed, it's trademarked, it's copyrighted. And we try to stick within those guidelines and use them where we can. If we're, in this case, like for the high schools and the colleges and everything, we try to make sure they stick to the correct color, they stick to the correct size, and we stick within their guidelines. A lot of companies, they use their own little branding guidelines, and they list out.
So let me ask you guys this. So from from start of the idea and contact with Extreme Images, how long does it normally take for, say, if I called to get a graduation sign like that one, like from first phone call to proofing of the first rendering to perhaps a finished product? What do those timelines look like?
So basically, once we receive the payment, the 50% down payment, they bring it back to the art department. It usually takes anywhere from 2 to 3 days for us to get you the first time proof. And then once we get you the proof out, the customer has a decision if they want to make any changes that they would like. If they would like to make any changes, it comes back to us. We try to turn around very quickly to get you a proof back out, to get you exactly the way you want it to see. And afterwards, once the layout is approved, it usually takes about 2 to 3 days in production.
Okay.
For the final
So
product.
we're talking less than a week
Yes,
from
sir.
start to finish, and I could have a graduation yard sign honoring my senior, within 1 week's time of ordering.
Yes, sir. That sounds about right.
So, I know you guys, each job is very specific, and these are not price quotes, guys. This is not the menu, or at least I don't think it is. What's kind of the ballpark for, something like this, like just a simple yard sign, or what are some of the other products that you guys could do? Like, I've seen some people with door signs and, all kind of products that you guys could do. What kind of price range am I looking at with that?
Sure. So we can stick with this yard sign right now. We are doing a senior special for senior signs right now. This is just a single-sided sign, full-colored, digitally printed, along with a step stand there to put it into the ground near your driveway or near your street, wherever you want your senior to be noticed. And this is just $35 for the full-color sign, single-sided, and the step stands included. If you wanted double-sided and have both sides of the sign colored with the picture and everything, it's just $45. Step stand still included. Other things that we can do for our seniors, we have a wide variety. Obviously senior signs are the most popular option. We also have, we can print this exact layout on a banner. We can customize it. We can also do canvases for a more classical look for grandparents that want to hang it up in their living area or something like that. And one fun thing that a lot of students like to have is fat heads. We can actually create fat heads out of this material that the sign is in. We can custom hand cut the fat head around whoever's face it may be. And we provide the sticks and everything to hold them, and the students go crazy for the fat heads.
Right. So a couple of other things that I think you guys made for us, like the collage type thing that you have in our lobby at our school.
Yes. We actually have this collage right above me that is of Reed and Wes Rogers that Miss Jennifer had made. So that can give you an idea of how many pictures we could possibly put on a canvas. We try not to limit anything. We try to meet and exceed expectations for the projects that our customers come in to get.
Right. You guys do some awesome things. And do you guys make the senior athlete banners for our sports teams?
I believe so.
Some teams we do, some teams we don't. And it may just be they don't know about Extreme Images, but we have done for the softball team before, the baseball team before, and also the sponsor banners. Around
the fences at the
stadium. We do some different ones for different teams with that too. So.
Well, you guys, have just really, really embraced Alexander. For those of you watching, I put some of those finished product images in the opening credits because I want to make sure you get to see them. And I know some of you watch these shows in segments and come back to it. I want to make sure you saw all of the products at the beginning of the episode, just to make sure you see what range of products, that they offer. But, Jennifer, I'm really happy that we were able to connect. And, actually, everybody's been kind of hitting me up, some publicly, some privately, just talking about what are you guys going to do for the seniors and how are you going to honor them? And our Superintendent North released a video last Friday. I don't know if you all saw it,
We
but
did.
it was very heartwarming. And he specifically addressed, we're not pulling the plug on graduation yet. We're hopeful, from that message that he's going to wait as long as he can to see exactly what the plans for graduation are going to be. But we're also doing some other things to honor our spring sports athletes who, their season was snatched away and they didn't get to have a senior night. And so a lot of the parents are individually also wanting to honor their seniors and put yard signs up. I've seen a couple of them on Facebook. So I'm just really thrilled that everybody's finding solace and peace in just continuing to do the things that we would normally do for our kids.
That's
And,
right.
seniors, you worked all these years to get it done. And we want to pay tribute to you, not just the athletes, but parents. If you're wishing to, buy just a graduation photo of some kind or a banner, I've seen some parents decorate their door with their seniors. It's pretty awesome. So, I just want you guys to make sure you know that there's a resource out there to help you honor your seniors the way that they are. And Jennifer Rogers and Extreme Images and her team, graphic artists and custom designers and order specialists like Kylie, and cinematographers like David, who's gonna get the Emmy for videography today. Thank you, David, for doing what you're doing.
Yeah, glad to.
So I appreciate you guys, and stay safe. I noticed that you all are also social distancing in your office while you're interviewing today. That's really awesome that you're also being cautious and protecting each other while you're staying open as an essential service.
That's right. We are. We're trying to. We are a good family here together, and it's sometimes a three-ring circus trying to do that with 20 people, but we're trying to keep everybody either outside doing installs or out off campus on outdoor installs and spreading out among the 4 suites. So it's interesting to see, but fun.
Let me ask you this. Do you guys have any special provisions in place for, like, if a customer needs to come in and pick something up, or do you just prefer to deliver it to minimize the contact?
Well, we our lobby is closed, so it's only employees inside the building at all. We do have this cool material called Illumographics outside up front that is a material that we printed that sticks to concrete, tile, brick, whatever. And we've got it out front to make sure they stay back from the building. The building is locked as well. But if customers will call when they're on their way, we take their order and put it out on the curb and they can pick it up. Or we live in the Villa Rica area, a lot of us, and we've made deliveries and dropped off things as well. So anywhere in the Douglasville and Villa Rica area, we're delivering as well.
So it sounds to me like you guys have just described a product that is good, as in high quality, fast, as in 1 week turnaround for a lot of your projects. And I'm not going to say cheap, because that doesn't give but the old cliche, good, fast, and cheap. Very affordable, even in a time of economic uncertainty. I know that the value of what you're offering, honoring your child is something that, a lot of people don't really put a price tag on. But also it's a fourth caveat that you're saying now is safe, in that you guys have provisions in place to make sure that the customers can get what they need and what they ordered in a very safe, low contact method, even can offer personal delivery and installation just to keep people safe and, honoring that social distancing practice.
Yes, sir.
Well, Jennifer, I'm humbled by you taking the time out with your team today to talk to me. This is not a paid endorsement. We spend our money at Alexander with Extreme Images. We're just happy that you guys do such great work with us on our campus, making sure that we are, putting out a product that says, hey, look at us, we care about our property. And also the quality and the care that you spend and just personalization. So thank you so much for taking the time out to talk to us about it.
Well, thank you so much. We just appreciate the opportunity. This is new and different for us too. This whole Zoom meetings and Google Meets, and we're new to that, but we've had several of those lately. So we just appreciate what you do at Alexander, what you do for my kids personally, and just your support and allowing us to be a part of something new. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you, team, for stopping by today. I appreciate all of you for offering what you did, and we'll catch up soon. And I will let you know when the video is ready to be uploaded.
That sounds great.
Good.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Have a good day.
Take care, everybody.
You as well.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.